It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Seattle. It's the Cowboys and the Hawks, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Seattle Seahawks. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. On third down, it's Prescott. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Is the defense...
This defense backed up now as they're looking at a first and goal just inside the 10. Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly, and on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not because...
Coming up here, this defense looking for a third down stop in the second quarter. Prescott. Under pressure, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So here's the situation upcoming. Second quarter, third down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
That was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone to give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
On second down now, it's Carson, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the Battle of the Sea. He will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Baltimore Ravens are heading back to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did, and that should set them up well for the second half to come. Our two squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? On third down, Carson. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They run for it with Carson. Carson the first down and more. And down to the 16-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball-controlled football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On second down, it's Carson, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal. A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Time for this defense to try and stiffen as they'll try here to defend a 1st and 10 situation at their own 17-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Cowboys. This offense has marched the ball down the field nicely. In good position, can they finish the drive off? 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Coming to you. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
On first down, Carson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 125 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game.
The key coming up here, preserve the lead for this defense. Fourth quarter, close game. Third down, here we go. Now Prescott. That's caught. It's Malone. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
A touchdown and an extra point would tie this game late. What can this defense do now that their opponents are in the red zone? They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Roberts has it. Open space inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. On third down, it's Carson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years.
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. From the gun on third down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. The task for the defense here is simple. Get a stop. They've got a one-score, 7-point lead. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Roberts. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Now Prescott. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
You don't want that? You don't want that? Come on!
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And it all rides on this one play. A trip to the Super Bowl in the balance here on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Here's Dak. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Now Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
Flushed out right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Throwing now is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger and really make them, make it tough for them to come out the gate strong next year? Only time will tell. But they've got to find a way to use this loss and use it as motivation.